If you are betting on baseball using team win-loss records, basic ERAs, or batting averages, stop right now. You are playing exactly into the bookies' hands. In football or basketball, team chemistry and momentum can alter a game. But baseball? Baseball is a series of isolated, measurable micro-battles. It is pure math. And if you know which advanced metrics to look at, you can stop guessing and start predicting baseball outcomes with terrifying accuracy. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the sabermetric blueprint. We have compiled and ranked the advanced parameters that dictate MLB outcomes, from moneylines and totals to strikeout props and the highly volatile first-inning markets. We are breaking down the exact 5-tier hierarchy professional syndicates use to handicap a game. Let's build the model. Let's start at the absolute top of our pyramid, Tier 1 and Tier 2. This is your core engine for betting moneylines and run lines. Forget standard ERA. It is a retroactive stat heavily warped by luck, bad fielding, and stadium sizes. Instead, professional handicappers look at XFIP, expected fielding independent pitching, and KBB%, which is a pitcher's strikeout rate minus their walk rate. Pitchers with a KBB% over 20% completely dominate the strike zone. They take the defense entirely out of the equation. If a pitcher misses bats and does not issue free passes, the variance drops to near zero. Tier 2 is all about offensive efficiency, measured by WRC+, weighted runs created plus. This metric tells you exactly how many runs a lineup creates compared to league average. But here is the critical trap: never look at a team's overall WRC+. You must split it by the starting pitcher's handedness. A team can have a top 5 offense against righties but rank dead last against left-handed breaking balls. Find those splits, and you find the edge. Now let's move to Tier 3 and 4, which govern game totals, earned runs, and strikeout props. Tier 3 is the bullpen fatigue matrix. Starters rarely throw past the 6th inning anymore. To protect your moneyline or predict an under, you have to measure relief cores using their collective XFIP and their 3-day pitch counts. An elite bullpen that has been heavily worked for 3 consecutive nights instantly regresses to a Tier 3 unit. If you see a taxed bullpen, target the over in the late innings. For strikeout props in Tier 4, we isolate a beautiful metric called CSW%, called strikes plus whiffs. If a pitcher has a CSW% north of 30%, they have elite stuff. Cross-reference that with the opposing lineup's combined K%. If an elite CSW% pitcher faces a lineup that strikes out 24% of the time, smash the over. If they face a high-contact team like the Guardians, take the under. Tier 5 brings us to one of the most popular, fast-paced markets in sports betting, YRFI and NRFI. Will a run be scored in the first inning? Most casual bettors treat the first inning like a coin flip. It isn't. To crack this market, you restrict your data strictly to 2 variables: a pitcher's isolated first-inning ERA and their first batter faced on-base percentage. Some elite pitchers take an inning to find their mechanical release point. If a pitcher has a history of walking or hitting the leadoff batter, the probability of a run scoring spikes exponentially. Why? Because the top of the order is guaranteed to hit in the first inning. Calculate the combined WOBA weighted on-base average of the 1, 2, and 3 hitters against that specific starting pitcher. If you have an elite on-base leadoff guy followed by a premium power hitter facing a slow starting pitcher, that is a textbook YRFI alert. But wait, before you lock in any of these data points, you have to apply the ultimate structural overlay, the environment. Unlike indoor sports, baseball is completely at the mercy of Mother Nature. Look at this breakdown. First, park factors. Stadium dimensions and altitude vary wildly. Coors Field in Denver is a run-scoring paradise. Petco Park in San Diego suppresses offense completely. Your totals and earned runs bets must account for where the game is being played. Air density, temperature, and humidity. Every 15° Fahrenheit increase in temperature carries a fly ball an extra 4 feet. On a hot, humid summer night, warning track shots become home runs. Target YRFI and home run props accordingly. And wind vectoring. A 10+ mile per hour wind blowing out to center field turns warning track fly balls into home runs. A pristine statistical model can be completely undone if you do not account for a 15-mile-per-hour wind blowing straight out to center on a hot, humid night. The environment is the ultimate line shifter. The secret to winning long-term at baseball betting is to remove emotion, stop looking at basic back of the baseball card stats, and treat every game like an analytical math equation. Isolate the individual component skills, layer them over the specific park environment, and prioritize structural pitching advantages. What is your absolute favorite metric to track when handicapping a baseball game? Drop it in the comments below. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel for daily data breakdowns, and let's go cash some tickets. Remember to never wager more than you can afford to lose, and if it is no longer fun or feels out of control, stop or take a break. Please like and subscribe for more content like this or check out my channel. See you on the next one.